everyone. My name is Katie Bradford Osborne. I am the founder and curator of Roaring Artist Gallery. We are a fully virtual art gallery that exhibits the work exclusively of women identifying artists. And we are here today for a super quick little run through with Nora Howell on her work on the Layers exhibition. And I am so excited to hear what she has to say. This particular body of work is so beautiful. And I think that many women, particularly mothers, I think are really going to have a really, how do I explain it? Really visceral reaction, I think, of this particular body of work. I'm going to read Nora's bio super quickly, and then I'm going to hand it over to her, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about these pieces. Nora Howell is a fiber and performance-based sculpture artist and art administrator living in Baltimore, Maryland with her husband and 2 children. Nora received her MFA in Community Arts from the Maryland Institute College of Art and a BA in Studio Art from Wheaton College. She is the Hamiltonian Fellowship Alumni 2018 Daily Record 40 Under 40 VIP awardee and Sondheim Prize 2014 semi-finalist. As well as a working artist, Nora is the program director of a community-based arts program in West Baltimore that uses art as a tool for building community, learning history, and changing the future. In her art, Nora uses a mix of ceramics and soft sculpture to develop a visual language to illuminate and stimulate dialogue around themes of motherhood, race, community, power, and white privilege. All right, Nora, I'm going to hand it over to you. All right.
Thank you. Thank you all for joining on our little mini Layers Artist Talk. I'm really excited to share the work in the show. So I make art as my way of sort of understanding and processing the world. For me, it's all about processing ideas, and I do that through using fiber, clay, and performance. For me, I participate in therapy as therapy, but also art making as therapy. And these are some of the pieces that I have made recently, and just sort of processing personal experiences. I use natural fibers. So anything that fibers, that's thread, yarn, fabric, anything that's made from natural materials. Latch hook, which is probably familiar from like middle school, and something I definitely encountered in art classes in elementary school. And then clay. And I usually roll out in slabs and then cut shapes and then assemble those shapes into larger pieces. So you can see this is an example of combining the clay with the latch hook. I have latch hook rugs all over my home growing up from both sides of my family, maternal and paternal grandparents. So something that's like a familiar domestic craft, and it's exciting for me to return to it, as in a professional space rather than my family used it as more a domestic pastime. So the work in the Layers Gallery was inspired initially by a piece, this piece, which was my first piece that I did, really exploring like the physicality of how my body changed becoming a mother. So the piece on the screen is called Self-Portrait, and I literally drew out the stretch marks on my stomach when I was 7 months pregnant with my second child, and like blew them up, oversized them, and I used the ceramics and the fiber to recreate that very just like the texture of your skin when it's overextended, like the smooth parts and the overextended bumpy parts. And then I'm going to show you 3 pieces that I made since the one that you're looking at on the screen. So I'm just going to bring them over. And this piece is in the show, and it's called After Party. And something that I'm going to do a little bit different now is give you a up close and personal, because my work is all about texture, and it's hard to see that on the show. I mean, you can pretty much see it in the gallery, but it's a little more experience for you. But this piece is called After Party, and it's all about that postpartum belly slump. And for me, it's like, how do you kind of understand what's happening in those changes that are going on in your body? So I like to recreate them physically as I'm going through that process. So this piece is After Party. And then I want to really focus on 2 new pieces that I made for the Layers exhibition. And this one is called I Can Work on Accepting Myself. And again, I'm using those stretch marks. So these are like 3 years postpartum from that first piece I shared with you all. And I just redrew shapes of my stretch marks out onto the clay. Like obviously blew them up a little bit oversized. And for me, this piece really comes out of years, not years, weeks of doing therapy and kind of understanding who I am now, where I'm at, and this an affirmation that we started using in that process. I can work on accepting myself. And I really was interested in that duality of this piece of something that, looks maybe beautiful and abstract, but really has, like, if you look a little bit deeper, the insides, the back, it has a very specific meaning and purpose. I'm sort of like in this phase now. My children are almost 5 and almost 3. And the second piece, very similar to that one I just shared with you, but with a different affirmation that I've been using in my own healing and processing journey. And this one is, I'm okay the way I am. And this piece is actually a recreation of my cesarean scar, which is a big part of my becoming a mother story and process of things I really had to learn to. I didn't think that would be part of my story, so it became a huge thing to understand and process for me personally. And just kind of had to put that out there, explain it, and share it. And for me, these pieces, a lot of the earlier pieces were more like kind of after the thought, like after I had moved through a lot of those feelings, and these I feel like they're really like current, present where I am. They're in no means I've made it to the other side where, I'm in it, and these affirmations are very, very meaningful to me right now. So that is the super quick roundup of my work in the Layers exhibition, currently on view at Roaring Artist Gallery.
Thank you so much, Nora. These pieces are so beautiful and special. I've never seen anything like them before, but I think that's the first time I had heard about the cesarean section being a part of that one. So that's really cool to hear. I know that is an unexpected part of a lot of women's motherhood journey, and that's
thank you. I haven't really shared this one yet in any depth, so more to come about this piece.
Well, thank you so much for sharing about them. Thank you for sharing about all of these. They add so much to the story of the Layers exhibition, and I'm excited to be able to have a record of a little bit of what they're about in that context. I think this exhibition has become more than just about mixed media. It's become so much about relationships and the way that women use mixed media to really encapsulate those relationships. And I think these pieces are a perfect example of that. And they are so beautiful considering what they are. I think that that says a lot about the beauty of our bodies after pregnancy. If you can create these pieces that are so beautiful about that, then your body is absolutely beautiful as well.
Yes, I really am interested in that dichotomy of making something beautiful that I don't think I consider beautiful, like in and of itself. I think that's a really interesting idea to play with.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're doing a beautiful job of it. Use that word again.
So kind. I so appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you for doing this with me so that we will have this record of your beautiful work, and we will go ahead and wrap up. But anyone who is watching this particular video before December 31st, 2021, the Layers exhibition is going to be running at roaringartistgallery.com. Go and see it. If you miss it, if it's after that, we will have a little recorded run through that should be available on YouTube not too long afterwards. And so you can still get a experience of this particular exhibition and how special and beautiful it is with Nora's work as well as the other artists who are part of it. Thank you all for supporting our gallery, for supporting Nora. Thank you again, Nora, for coming and spending some time with us today. And we will see you all next time.
Thank you. It's an honor. Take care.
Bye.